It is the end of an era, ladies and gentlemen. The Cartoon Network studio is officially shutting down. Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome to Regular Josh 1. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button in this video, and if you're new, subscribe. I remember when I was still a teenage bun-bun and the choir that I was in would have a retreat sometimes in Burbank. Me, being an actor, I would always usually look forward to seeing the studio buildings that were there, like places at Walt Disney Studios or Warner Brothers, stuff like that. It was a little out of the way in terms of where we were going, but I do remember telling my mom that I wanted to at least be able to see the building for myself. Again, I was a younger bun-bun at the time, so this was a pretty big deal for me. Knowing that this was the place where they make most of their shows was very exciting. If you were a fan of Cartoon Network, especially a big fan at the time, this was a place you most likely wanted to visit. I remember seeing videos and even pictures of what this place looked like inside, and it was just so cool to me at the time. It just looked like it would be so fun to work there. I think that was the purpose, as at the time, they didn't want the studio to feel, well, corporate. Cartoon Network even had Jindy Tatatovsky and Craig McCracken help design the interior to the studio, and they also picked the studio as well. Now, you can tell that these were different times because no studio or any corporation nowadays would ever put in that much care into anything like that. I mean, it's kind of crazy just in some ways how we've regressed so much right now. I mean, just look at all these strikes that are happening. This building would be the home to Cartoon Network for about over 22 years, from 2000 to 2023. Man, when I met the creator of Johnny Bravo, Van Partible, last year, I really wish that I was able to ask him about what it was like to work at Cartoon Network at the time. That would have been so cool to hear about. However, as we all know at this point, all good things must come to an end. As we speak, Cartoon Network is moving out of its former home. The studio will now be moving into a new home. Warner Brothers has a new building opening up soon, or it's already open right now? I can't really tell. I've yet to see this place in person, but I do have to admit from the pictures that I have seen so far, it does look pretty nice. It seems pretty big as well, so they're gonna have a lot of people moving to this particular location. Studios like DC Entertainment, Warner Brothers Animation, and Cartoon Network are now all going to be in that particular building. Now, here's the thing that does need to be addressed. While I'm sure people are most likely blaming David Zaslav for this, and admittedly, this move is not really happening at the greatest time, especially for the company, this was most likely in the works for the past 3 to 4 years. This new building did break ground in 2020, so definitely before the merger even existed. So for all we know, Cartoon Network was always meant to move out of that building once this new place was finished with construction. Regardless, this is still a pretty bittersweet moment for Cartoon Network, as this place does hold a lot of history for them. Again, they have been there for over 20 years. That is a long time, and it was a pretty big deal for them back in the day to find a place for themselves. It's not gonna be the same seeing this place when you see a new logo on it. I do hope that any of the memorabilia in there is preserved and can at least be moved into the new space. Cartoon Network history deserves to be preserved. Many people would want that particular building to be turned into some sort of animation museum or something, or maybe a Cartoon Network museum? Not really sure, but that would be pretty cool if they did either one of them. I would definitely visit. I can only hope that when it comes to this new place, Cartoon Network can still be able to give us some great shows in the future. So, I bid thee farewell to the previous Cartoon Network building. No matter what, you will always be an iconic and important part of Cartoon Network's history. So, what do you guys think? Are you guys sad that they're saying goodbye to their old home? Are you excited for what their new office space is potentially gonna look like? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and hit the bell to be notified of my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, you're hearing it from a regular bunny in a regular world. See you next time.